All right, guys, let's think about this clearly. Okay, I think Star Wars theory came up with a wonderful point. King of the Mundi, guy with the cone head, right? The cone head guy, right? As Anakin Skywalker should have been the two people that would be allowed to reproduce. Because let's go to Anakin, right? King Mundi, like his species is like going extinct. King Mundi is going his species is going extinct. They need a mate so that they can keep this species alive, right? The the alien, their is this species? Yeah, their species alive. Yeah, their species alive, right? And oh, that's my stuff. Okay, my fault. I thought it was gonna be, but no. Keeps the species alive, and it's also like Anakin, for example, right? He already had a girl. Everyone knows he had crushes. Everybody knew he had crushes. Okay, even then, he had a mom, so he had a connection. He had pair bonded where he bonded with his mother, and they were in slavery, right? So let's put it this way: he has this relationship with his mother already. That's another relationship he has. He doesn't have a relationship in. He has some crushes in the Jedi Order that Obi-Wan kind of saw. And he could have said, I think Obi-Wan could have said to like, they should have said, hey, his mother is gone. He has no contact with her that we know of in the canon, right? We didn't know if he called her up and said, hey, I miss you. Did talk to his mom, right? Like I do. I can talk to my mom almost every day. But no, yeah. And also, it just feels like, you know, it just feels like it's kind of stupid. He has to live in secrecy because y'all couldn't think in your head. This guy has he already had a bond with his mom. He needs relationships to like he's a not social being, but he needs relationships, right? He is the chosen one, right? So let's give him a little bit of a leeway. Or people might hate on him. Oh, he gets to be in relationships. Well, make all the Jedi have relationships then. Make all the Jedi be in relationships. Mace Windu was in a relationship last time I checked. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, they need to be celibate. All of them need to be celibate for what? So we're gonna go hunt out. Okay, this is what the weird thing about I don't get about the Jedi Order. You're gonna go hunt, not hunt. You would go search out babies who have the Force and put them in a little cube thing. Put them in a little cube, and then that has people broke into that cube vault, whatever, for one time. And the Clone Wars, they were stealing cubes, the Jedi cube chronicles, whatever the thing you call it. And it's like people were stealing that, right? So I'm like, that's not really a great place to hide that type of information, right? And I'm sitting there like, okay, everyone needs relationships or some form of connection to somebody else, right? Everybody needs that type of shit, right? Now Anakin does it. Well, I don't know why Anakin couldn't be in a relationship with Padme because everybody high key knew that they were dating anyway. Because it's not like they were really hiding it well, right? And it's all like, but it's Jedi are not supposed to date. No, no, you bum. No, you bum. Because if you let him date, and then you help him, there was no assistant to my knowledge. When I watched the prequels, back when I was in college, I watched the prequels. I said, okay, this nigga is not he's being chastised, chastised. Not even allowed to go get a promotion within his, within being on a Jedi Council, and he has this, they don't grant him Master, but he got him Jedi Knight in the comics, right? He's a Jedi Knight in the comics, but he's a Knight, but he's not a Master. I'm like, okay, so he can't get that level up and just help him, push him away, be more friendly to him, right? Be more pull him away from Palpatine / Sidious because that nigga's too close to him, way too close. A grown old man. I'm not saying the old man shouldn't be close to. My grandpa was close to me, right? He was close to my sister too, but he was close to everybody. But to be like out the family, Palpatine is not related to Anakin, and then he's still they're like close as thieves. No one's looking at that like this is mass suspicious. A politician getting close to a kid, and no one said a word about it. Now, mind you, they're being blinded by Palpatine anyway because he's Sidious, right? Palpatine is Sidious, and he's blinding them with the Force, and he's a Sith. He's an undercover Sith. He's a DL. He's on the DL being a Sith, right? And then all of a sudden, so you come into and it's like, okay, why are we giving? We need to give him. There needs to be certain people who need to get certain like accommodations, right? Anakin needs to be with people. He needs to be in a relationship with people. He needs to have like a relationship. He's allowed to pursue people. Kinamundi can go have can go reproduce, have kids because his species is going extinct. Okay, cool. Why can't I be set for Anakin? He's a war hero, literally. He's a war hero. What the fuck my hands? He's a war hero, and then you'd be like, oh no, he can't be he can't be he can't have kids because he wasn't even raised in a Jedi Order. He came in a Jedi Order when he was like like an 8-year old, like 6 or like 6 to 8 year old, right? 6 to 8 year old, and it's like he's already established these rules, these family connections, and then all of a sudden you take them away, and then you expect him to be on a Jedi Order type timing. Doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It's not logical. It's just to me very, very like not reading the room. Like this kid needs accommodations when it comes to relationships. Let him be in relationships with a lot of people. Let him be in a like not only friendships, help him be in relationships with women and stuff like that. It's okay. Obi-Wan allowed it, and I think that should have been the whole basis for this guy. Like, but people be like, "Oh no, he can't be in relationships because that's stupid." That's why he killed all your niggas. That's what I want to say. That's why he killed all you. That's why he killed all of you. And all of a sudden you'd be like, "Oh, Jedi Order rules." If he was raised in a Jedi Order and he was raised in that type of um environment, that's different. But he's not raised in that type of environment. He was raised as a slave on Tatooine, and also people would expect him to not only live like a Jedi, live by their regulations, their rules, and just not have no consequences for that. People, he needs connections with people. Makes no sense to me why they couldn't make him have this like rule for Anakin. Hey, you can be in relationships. You and Padme can date, and you can be married. You guys can continue your marriage. It's fine. But it's just like I don't. Because that would save everybody time. That would save everybody time from everybody. I think everybody had to know. Like you're sitting around going to the Padme this way. Padme's going the same direction you're going to. Come on, everyone had to know. Kids, people aren't very people aren't as secretive as they want to be. So yeah, it's just crazy, bro. I just feel like Anakin. It's like for I think the narrative was just like in the Star Wars, we will bend this kid to the Jedi Order's way of doing things, and then he will adapt or acclimate to those rules. we won't acclimate to Anakin's lifestyle that he had previously, which is kind of wrong for me. You know, he's a kid. What do you want him to acclimate for? All right, like, comment, follow. All right, that's it. What's your guys' thoughts about Anakin having should the Jedi Order let Anakin pursue Padme more, continue that marriage? And do you think I'm wrong in saying that the Jedi Order, was trying to force Anakin to acclimate instead of acclimating to Anakin? All right, comment, like, and follow.